Did you know that as of 2022, the average U.S. household had debt exceeding $100,000? From credit cards to car loans, debt can sometimes feel like a shadow looming over your life, creeping into every financial decision you make. But don't feel overwhelmed. If you're grappling with debt, you're definitely not alone, and there's always a way out. In this video, we're diving into the 8 best ways to conquer that looming debt mountain in your life. Number 1. Assess and acknowledge the situation. Every journey starts with understanding where you are. When it comes to getting out of that debt hole, the first pivotal step is to take a good look at your current debt situation. This is a difficult step for many, as it's human nature to avoid our problems rather than face up to them. This means diving deep into your finances. Gather all your statements, bills, and records. List out every debt, no matter how big or small, noting down the amount you owe, the interest rate, and the monthly payment. This comprehensive snapshot provides a clear understanding of your financial health. Why is this so important? Well, you can't plot a course for a destination without first knowing your starting point. Recognizing the entirety of your debt situation is foundational, providing both the motivation and clarity needed to move forward. By confronting the reality, you set the stage for the deliberate action required to eliminate debt. Number 2. Stop or limit new debt. Another of the most straightforward yet critical steps to becoming debt-free is to limit the accumulation of new debt. Imagine you're trying to empty a bathtub while the tap is still running. No matter how much water you scoop out, the tub will never become empty until you turn off the tap. Similarly, if you continue accumulating debt, your efforts in paying it off may feel like running in quicksand. This is because every new purchase or expense on credit adds to your debt pile, negating the payments you've made. By putting a stop to unnecessary spending on credit, you effectively turn off the tap. This doesn't mean halting all expenditures, but rather avoiding non-essential costs and refraining from making purchases if you can't afford to pay for them in cash or if they aren't immediately essential. By keeping your debt static, or at least minimizing its growth, every payment you make has a more significant impact on reducing the principal amount. Number 3. Budget. Once you're fully aware of your financial status, the next step in the journey is to ensure that a budget is in place. Your budget is your roadmap to financial freedom. It's a detailed plan that tells your money where to go, instead of later wondering where it went. Start by listing out all your income sources, followed by every single expense. This can be from essential needs like rent and utilities to non-essentials like entertainment. Then subtract your expenses from your income to see where you stand. If you find yourself in the negative or barely breaking even, it's time to make adjustments. Cut out unnecessary expenses and prioritize essentials. Once you assign a job to every dollar, you ensure that a portion of your income is always dedicated to debt repayment. A well-structured budget keeps you on track, prevents frivolous spending, and accelerates your path out of debt. Number 4. Consolidate debts. Consolidating debt is like decluttering your financial life. It's like having multiple rooms in a house, each filled with clutter. If you can take all that clutter and organize it into just one room, that's similar to what debt consolidation does for your finances. Instead of juggling multiple payments, varying interest rates, and differing due dates, you combine everything into one streamlined loan or credit card. This can make the debt management process smoother and sometimes even results in a lower overall interest rate. But how does this aid in debt reduction? Well, with a single, potentially lower interest rate and one payment to focus on, you might end up paying less over time. Plus, having one payment can help eliminate the chances of missing due dates, which can lead to costly late fees and additional interest charges. Number 5. Negotiate with creditors. Negotiation is a word that might bring to mind haggling at a market. But instead of bargaining for a better price on an antique, you're dealing with your creditors to improve the terms of your debt. This can mean asking for a lower interest rate, requesting a reduced settlement amount, or arranging for a more manageable repayment plan. The key is communication. You'd be surprised at what you can achieve by simply picking up the phone and having a candid conversation about your financial challenges. Negotiating with creditors can be particularly powerful, because it directly tackles the root of the debt problem. Reducing interest rates or settling for a lesser amount decreases the size of the debt mountain you're climbing. It's like convincing the mountain to lower its peak. And if you can arrange a payment plan that fits within your budget, you're less likely to miss payments, which protects your credit score. Creditors often prefer to receive a smaller guaranteed payment rather than risk getting nothing at all if you default. In essence, negotiation can turn a seemingly insurmountable debt into a more manageable hill, allowing you to gradually make your way to the summit of financial freedom. Number 6. Prioritize essential spending. Some of our expenses we encounter in our day-to-day lives are vital, like rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, and essential transportation. Others, while enjoyable, aren't strictly necessary. Things like dining out, movie nights, or that tempting online sale. To make significant headway in debt reduction, it's crucial to distinguish between these two categories and prioritize essential spending. By ensuring your primary needs are met, you avoid accumulating new debt due to missed payments or the need to buy essentials on credit. Secondly, by cutting back on non-essential spending, you free up more of your income to put towards repaying debt. It could be as simple as the difference between buying a coffee every day versus making it at home. That's a potential saving of over $1,000 in a year. It's about making conscious choices daily, so the power of your hard-earned money is used effectively in your fight against debt. Refraining from buying coffee from a cafe alone isn't going to solve all your problems, but simple adjustments can lead to significant strides in your financial journey. Number 7. Increase your income. While controlling expenditure is one half of the equation, the other crucial half is maximizing income. Think of your financial situation as a seesaw. On one side you have expenses, and on the other, you have income. To balance the seesaw or tilt it in favor of savings and debt repayment, you either reduce the weight of expenses or add weight to the income side. Increasing your income doesn't necessarily mean changing your job or getting a hefty raise, though those are great if they happen. It can be as simple as taking up side gigs, selling unused items in your home, offering freelance services, or even turning a hobby into a source of income. By boosting your earnings, you create a surplus in your budget. This surplus can be directed towards your debts, allowing you to repay them faster. Over time, even a small additional income can drastically reduce the amount of interest you pay and shorten the time it takes to become debt-free. It's like giving yourself a head start in a race, positioning you several steps ahead in the battle against debt. Number 8. Educate yourself. Learning about personal finance is like getting a map in a maze. It can show you the pathways out of your current financial tangle. Start by picking up books on debt management, or follow financial gurus who break down complex economic jargon into bite-sized, easy-to-understand advice. Videos, podcasts, blogs, and community courses are also goldmines for tips. The more you know about how money works, the better you can plan, budget, and save effectively. It's not just about reading and listening, though. Put into practice what you learn, understand how interest rates work, and recognize the pitfalls of minimum payments. Knowledge isn't just power. It can be profit, too. And it's a lifestyle change, rather than an overnight fix. But as you grow your financial IQ, you'll shrink your debt, and that's a win worth studying for. Check out these videos next on tips and tricks to help you save better.